First of all, I'd like to say I'm very honored to spend the time with Ms. Kiran. To introduce myself, my name is Gurnoor. I'm a high schooler based in Silicon Valley, and my first question is: Lost Ladies navigates like a theme of female identity in rural India. What were the challenges of portraying the narrative in an authentic manner?
Um, Honestly, the story gave me all the tools I needed to explore women identity, rural India within the story itself. In order to portray it authentically, I just really had to stay close to what the story itself was, and in terms of course, the actual choices of locations, costumes, how these characters would look was drawn very much from real life references. So it wasn't very difficult to stay authentic. We tried to give it as much of the color and texture and beauty of of India's landscapes, of India's small villages and towns as we could when we were shooting.
What role does humor play in exploring the power dynamics between gender and rural setups?
I feel humor is a great tool to explore many different kinds of ideas without antagonizing one's who what one's audience or the people that we are trying to perhaps draw into a conversation. So especially when it comes to women and the problems that women face, humor is a great way to kind of disarm your audience and get them to sort of look at old and deep problems in a new light. So satire does that in a non-confrontational way. And we really tried to use that to explore ideas of gender and identity.
So, taking a less zoomed in perspective, what do you hope viewers to take away from the film's message about self-discovery and identity?
Um, I'd really hope that people take away the idea that um, all these sort of deeply entrenched problems that stem from patriarchy have solutions. They have, uh, uh, they have the potential for change. And I would hope that more than anything, women take away optimism and a sense of hope from the film.
Question was, how do you think you could teach the youth about feminism overall?
I don't know if I need to necessarily teach them. The film does a lot of sort of addressing very core ideas about women's freedoms, equality for women and girls, especially when it comes to opportunities like education, livelihood, being economically independent. So the film touches these themes very naturally. I think the idea of equality for girls is something that children don't question really. It's adults who tend to reinforce these old stereotypes that girls should only get married or not work. So I think for young people, I would say the film does the job. You kind of don't really need to teach them beyond asking them to watch the film.
Diving more into like the sort of future in the film, I consider you as like a sort of thought leader in global cinema. So, what is your vision for the kind of films you want to make next?
uh I feel cinema has really the power to entertain and engage, but also open new perspectives on very systemic and deep problems that we face as a society. I think I would very much like my stories to uh, address some of the issues and sort of problems that we face, whether it's to do with pollution or uh, problems of livelihood and inequality, or all kinds of different problems that as humanity we've been uh, faced with. And I feel there are novel and sort of interesting solutions that cinema can offer.
Taking a different perspective on how to really tell stories, there are some artificial intelligence tools coming up that can create an entire film and make it look sort of lifelike. Do you think we will need
Mhm.
human actors in 10 years?
Um, it's an interesting question because yes, AI does in many ways drawing since it draws from human nature and human expressiveness can very easily be used to perhaps replicate actors. I feel actors brings the soul of humankind to their performances, which would be very hard to get from AI. It's something quite intangible, which I don't think AI has cracked yet. And as much as I could, perhaps as a director, direct a technician to get it from an AI character, I feel there will be some sort of inherent soul missing. I also feel actors bring to performances something different every time. And as a director, I would really miss that. I would miss having the ability to, interact with an actor and see what that moment brings out in them. Uh, AI, on the other hand, is very planned and it's something that you aim to create. So there's no magic beyond a point in it. So I don't think they're going to replace actors for a very, very long time unless it's for a specific kind of storytelling that the director is aiming to make.
Okay, yeah, those are all the questions I have today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Gurnoor. Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you as well.
Mhm.